Hey, what's up everybody? Last time we talked to Gina and we met that gentleman in the corner. I'm gonna zoom in on him because you can barely see him, but he's just there looking all white, like a white man should. And things got out of hand. Gina had a coat that he's wearing and he says it's his, but at the end, like, it's not. I don't know really what happened, but she then drew blood, and there's blood, and now Sholmes is gonna supposedly solve the situation. You know what that means? Summation examination. Dude, I'm not in court yet. I meant to say, Dance of Deduction. So yeah, without further ado, yeah, let's just press the button right now. What's the right thing to do here? Listen to the deduction? Leave it. Bro, you know what? You have the option to leave it. But this wouldn't be a Great Ace Attorney game without listening to the deduction. So why not? Let's listen to the deduction. Why not? Oh, boy. Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Tisk! Where's the blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help straight away, not an hour later. She just sent him tumbling to the floor. Great job asking him for help already. Harsh. Nah, I give her that. Oh, this guy. He's gonna dance some more? And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Eggert Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritable encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is the true reason why for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. Oh, okay. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? So he's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg. Bro, he turned whiter. He's already white. Look at that. It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Alright, well, I guess no deduction dance this time. Who do you think you are, sir? I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of the scene of one of the videos. Who do you think you are? I am. From bowling. I'll add that in probably. Who do you think you are? I am. Same reaction. Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pain expression I was looking for. Wow, you actually did help. Holy shit. Look at you go. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes logic and reasoning spectacular. Alright, here we go. The game is afoot. Let's go. I'm ready. Mystery man's aim. First of all, wow, I don't know what happened there. I think I clicked the button, but anyway. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. What is that in his hand? As revealed by the which you hold in your hand. Yes, that brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. I'm sorry, I can't with him. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. He shook. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. I think no. Okay. The end of any walking cane could be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. Whoa. And yet detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, or the rod, the road, why the fuck did I say that, is in fact no cane at all. Wow, okay, he was right about two things. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you will inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to the understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused Ice. But of course, as I said, there's no walking cane. No, that rod is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? He even looked at the thing like, what the hell? And now, having determined the undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at the establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. Okay. To tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. We're doing fantastic, by the way. This is exactly as I thought it was gonna go. Oh boy. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. There's more. I'm glad I stopped it. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in this planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel. What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Dancing. Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is an ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what you would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Also, there's a gun there? Nobody grab it. This letter notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works, beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. that flows in very proximity to Great Vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you... In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery. I'm sorry, you were in the pawnbrokery, not the bank, but that kind of threw me off. Bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? You just spin around like Michael Jackson. Ow! Which brings us to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with the Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? Wow, there's so much going on. I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently, in the final stages of preparation of the Great Exhibition will soon be underway, and the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. When did My Little Pony come involved in this? Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits the vault of the bank, the special reserve funds from the Great Exhibition. Okay, sir. Of course, this top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. 12 minutes of nonsense. That was a lot of writing there. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Thanks for that. Now, can I get in on this action? Mr. Sholmes. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective wrecked with loneliness, would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest of confidence, and you blabbed it out to pretty much everyone in the room. Congratulations, bro. But you just announced it to everyone here, rather loudly in fact. I love you, Susato. She thinks exactly what I think. Ah. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly, it's because the man is a criminal. Well, yes, but not in that extent. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Oh. He's just like... Or, if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windybank will... He already has plenty of shovels here, after all. Oh my life! I assure you, I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully, this has taught you a valuable lesson. What are you gonna say? Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. And once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. Yeah. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea. I hate you. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Oh, I do. Yes, let's listen to the Great Deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape. Alright, here we go. My turn now. Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning. That was a snap, by the way. Of Herlock Sholmes, magnificent, logic, and reasoning spectacular. With your host, me. Here we go. My turn. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Not gonna read any of that again. Blah, 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 blah. First of all, we must ask yourself the business of the pawnbrokery. You claim to have followed the pickpocket here, having a redemption on your street, but that is most clearly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Yep, he's surprised there. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand, yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is that recruitment flyer. That's wrong. So, Mr. Sholmes' reasoning. Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job, so he could dig down through the roof. That still catches me by surprise every single time. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Shall we look around? Hello. Scribbled writing. What does that say? Oh, it looks like Gina. Look at this all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". 5'2", wow, she's small. Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, scrubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Oh, that is not cool. Goodness, that is weird, actually, too. There's even a sketch of her hat and all. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look, the details of this shop have been written down here, too. Windy Bank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline, 15th April. Wow, holy shit, my voice is killing me, I'm sorry. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all the information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Info about Miss Lestrade. So if we were to just show that to the correction, try to correct it with that, it would be counted as wrong. But since we did that, take that! It's right! Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Mrs. Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery here. Ah! You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. She's so angry. I like when she's angry. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today. By which I mean here to Windybank's pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So, you waited outside for the young girl to match the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason from your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. Oh, he says the same thing. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. Yeah, the contradiction of which I speak is, of course, blah blah blah, the missing ferrule, and that's also wrong. What's a ferrule? I don't know, I'll look it up. Or unless she... It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes the nice clanking sound on the pavement. You know, the clink, clink, clank, clank, or whatever. Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Bum, bum, bum. So, shall we explore the cane today? Sometime today? Let's see. What does that say? Initialing. Let's see that. AG. Look here, Miss Susato. There are some letters on the handle. Ah, yes. Those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for the people to engrave their belongings with the first letter of their names. So Herlock Sholmes would be the HS. Would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh! AG. Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? Didn't he say his name was Eggert Benedict? It's EG, not AG. Oh, come on. Also, I like how stylish hat is a thing. I think you can, like, check all these things, but, like, you know. Can I check the bottom? Missing ferrule. Let's see what this is. The end of this cane is just bare wood. Yes, and according to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, this is where the shovel blade would have been attached. Could it just be the tip fell off? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I couldn't possibly speculate. I don't know. So what does it say? Contradiction, which I speak of, is, of course, the missing ferrule. It's not the missing ferrule. If it's not that, it's definitely, it's not his hat either. You know, since I'm here, I might as well check out the hat. What do they say about the hat? As stylish as it no doubt is, I don't think this white top hat suits the man, do you? No, not at all. The more I look at it, the more something strikes me as suspicious about it. I think perhaps it's not so much that it strikes you as suspicious, but rather the hat is just striking. I suppose you're probably right. Perhaps the hat isn't what we're looking for. No, it's not. I just wanted to see what they said. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Feeling a little bit lightheaded. It's kind of hot though too. So anyway, initialing.
Take that!
Let's go! Bum, 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 bum. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet, in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed. Would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't. You said before that you had the cane for years. Oh, look at my smug ass look there. Look at me being like, yo, what's up? Urgh. So, don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from your friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Oh, whoa, what was that scratch? What was that crunch? Hello? Your recoil, sir, is something wrong. I think you're breaking that jacket. And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to, oh, it's again, blah, blah, blah. Namely, that what is truth behind the rod you bear, blah, 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 blah. Yes, your retractions betray the trust, the truth, blah blah blah, I can't read. The handle which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. I heard a crunch though, so I think I know what it is. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. And now a mysterious man has appeared introducing himself with a fake name and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Oh, I heard it. Oh, I heard it. Oh, I heard it. I heard it. Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart. Look. So it is. So it is. Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him making a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl. No, it sounded like a ripping apart. But now I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If he were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. That I'd like to see. Sorry? So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around? She's really giving this some thought. Boy, she really wants to see that man's downfall. Alright, can we? Okay. When this thing decides to like give its way, there you go. There you go. The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ah. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulder, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ah! This catalog of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To seal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windybank. Yeah, you're welcome. I did that. Ah! He just spun around like a disco. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. To abscond with a redeemed item. We're still not done yet. Topic 1, done. Topic 2, let's go. The music's getting intense. Now, let's continue. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. For we must expose the details of the elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. Okay, we on to that. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designated a wee. This is new. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Ha ha ha. Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? This is new. How could I possibly have known the relevant details, n'est-ce pas? Wait, you're French, aren't you? I forget he's like French. Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. The watchword could be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the council notice on the counter to blah blah. Yeah, okay, that's all true. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yeah, the dialogue did change. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know the word, Mr. Windybang would never allow you to redeem the article. Or looking at it in another way. If you didn't know the word, Mr. Windybag would allow you to redeem the article, whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Bum, bum. What is this? Oh, you can only look at that. There's some shit here. What is that? The notelet, huh? What does it say in here? Look at this, Miss Susato. Oh, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windybang has scribbled to himself. Let's see. What does it say? Oh, Professor. Whoa. Look at that. Mr. Windybang must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? You gotta get a book. Okay, so that's the notelet. What is this? What is council notice? I want to see what this says. I don't think I've ever read that. Baker Street Works is the title. Yes, and it does mention the sewage works, as Mr. Sholmes said. Oh, and specifically mentions that tonight's sale at the confectionery shop on the corner won't be affected. Case solving first, confectionery later, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, I'm sorry. Ugh, curse my overly expressive face. Oh man, what do they say about the gun? You know what? Screw it. We've already checked everything else. We might as well check what everything says. This is Mr. Windybang's gun. Yes, loaded with only one bullet, he said. It would appear that being a pawnbroker is a very life or death profession only for him. That might just be this particular establishment exactly. Alright, well, picture of a cat there. Kind of cute. Alright, anyway, the notelet.
Take that!
Bam! The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But this diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windybang. When the diligent pawnbroker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us to the last and final chat. Okay, yeah, this is the same thing, blah, 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 blah. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. That's all new, by the way. But naturally, you had very good reasoning to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard. Oh yeah, right. That's. Blah, blah, blah. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets, which according to Mr. Windybank isn't even worth a penny. And yet, this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. Let's look at the disc, the only thing that we could actually freaking check. What does it say? Hello? Other than the blood being here, let's just see what the blood says over here. Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're tiny. They're so tiny. Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggert Benedict. When Mrs. Strad tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Oh, excuse me. Ouch, just thinking about it hurts and puts me off eating radish. Bum. This is what I wanted to see. For McGilded. Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc. Look! And scribbled a word or two. It looks like somebody's name. We know that name. For Mr. McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be. It's the only McGilded we know. But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live. Me neither. But why? Why is his name on this? Aha! Updated. Okay, so that's all we needed. Now we can present this.
Take that!
BAM! You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads from McGilded. Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his lone mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of usually small stature, in fact. Ooh, I did the snapping thing. He was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeezed yourself into. I'm getting myself into this. Ugh! This guy's having a field day. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today, all together now, was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Tisk. Ah! I just wanted it to do that. Solved. Deduction complete. Elementary. We did it. We've done it. Well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Actually, hang on. Before I continue, I'm gonna press the button right now. Not a name I expect to hear in these circumstances. So, Benedict, if that even is your real name. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray, tell Miss Susato. Well, according to what Mr. Windybank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is 15th of April, so 2 months ago today would have been 15th February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Also, isn't that the day we came? No, what happened the 15th of February? No, yeah, that is the day we came. That was the day of the thing, the trial, right? Deposited at 10:30 p.m. I see. What? But that suggests. Yes, 15th of February. It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. Yeah, that is. I do remember that. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. Oh my god, my voice. I'm sorry, I'm doing so much voices. Jesus. Benedict? You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... Oh, shit!
You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Oh, shit!
Oh my god. Dude, that actually startled me. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Whoa, okay. Whoa, I saw my light flash before my eyes. I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. Je ne sais pas. I feel like he's French, though. It would be terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. Ah, what do I do? Hand over this or absolutely not? Balls to the wall. I will get shot. I will save Gina. I don't care. I like her too much. No, fuck you. Shoot me. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Hold it. Whoa, hold it. Oh, yeah, he's got a gun. Mr. Windy. Oh, God, it's a shoot-off. Hey, yo, everyone, cover down. Jesus Christ. This is my shop. I cannot allow any harm to come to my customer if that were to happen. I should have to take my own life. Oh, no, you could just aim at him and shoot him. You don't have to do it. Never mind. Mr. Windbang, no. No, yeah, please don't. All right, that's enough. I'm assuming this is the police. All right, that's enough. Yeah, that's right. It's Gregson. Inspector Gregson. Yeah, his theme is playing. Inspector. That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be. You're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. Benedict, you might want to put that gun away. Thank you. It would seem you have the upper hand. I like how I just changed my voice immediately. Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windybank very nearly met with his end. Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole of Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no details, Gregson. Oh no, it's him. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. I just... Ah! Whoa, what happened? He's getting away. Whoa, what's happening? Jesus. Get after him, lads. Whistle the beat, officer. 2. Sir. All right, well, he just ran. He just legged it out of there. He did not want to be there. There's been a spat of thefts at pawn shops around here recently, so we fitted emergency buttons underneath counters of brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Man, I'm spitting all over the place. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in Morden. Yes? I'll be taking whatever it is of Mr. McGilded's down to the yards. Thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is, mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now. And as evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. Please just say cooperate. It's all yours, Inspector. Grr. I'm sorry, Gina. I tried. I really did. And so, we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson. And were summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. To be continued. So you know what that means. Next time on the Great Ace Attorney, we shall see what the hell was that all about. Save my current progress? Yes, I will. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. And next time, we're going to do part 2 investigations of this thing. So, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.